That's it. That's the name. See you at the next one. Good on you, Zal. Miss Lemons, how you doing? Okay, Cole should... Yeah, Cole's going to end up a very rich young man. I believe. I do believe. Okay. Now, today we're going to talk about... there's a few things going on with big YouTubers. You've got Kirsten W. and Charlie Ward, who seem to be having some sort of argument or disagreement or not talking to each other or something. Okay, so you've got that. Now, these might be people that I think are probably not true truthers, okay? That's just my opinion. Nothing against anyone, and it's up to everybody who they follow. It's just my opinion. So they've turned on each other. Then you've got Shaun Attwood. There's Darren G involved and Andrew Gine, and they keep flipping back and forward as to, like, Darren G and Andrew Gine keep flipping back and forward as to whether they're on Shaun Attwood's side or not, which is quite interesting to watch. And then you've got James English, who Shaun Attwood keeps putting James English, like, he keeps calling him out for something. And he keeps putting his name and Marvin Herbert in the title of his videos, and then doesn't mention them in the video. Now, I've had to sit through and watch a couple of Shaun Attwood videos to do this. Now they're having some sort of Christmas competition that you go and get to meet like about 10 guys and this Jen lady. The Jen lady is known to be, from what I can gather, and it's just my guess, that she may be a call girl. Now, I've got nothing against anyone who does whatever they do. That's your business, not mine. But I don't know what's going on there. Is it a competition for her? Like, I don't know. This is getting weird. It's really weird. Now, that's not the only thing. I've got a big list of what I've been watching going on with Shaun Attwood and all those people over there. He's throwing out defamation now to people for maybe even mentioning him. So, before I get right into it, I just want to read some of the comments. Just approved. Oh, Canada. No. Oh, no. Menacing muskrat. That's really bad. Yeah, wait until Mama Bear stands up. When the mums realise. Where else? Should never have happened, that Kyle. Yeah, shouldn't have. Hang on. Craig Thompson, ex-minister, was arrested this week. He's now sitting in a cell. You've always gotten bad vibes about Charlie Ward. Seems like a scammer. Well, he worked for the CIA. I don't understand how anyone can trust him. Like, there are good people in the CIA, but I just don't understand how anyone can trust him. I don't. Maybe I'm just too cynical. But I've been, screwed around so much in life that I don't blame me for being cynical, put it that way. Okay, now, Darren Gay thoughts, gee. Yeah, I don't know I don't know about that Darren G bloke. He just keeps flipping, and then he says things like he made up a saying, which I know he didn't, and I don't know I think money is a big issue with that, and I'm not putting Darren G down. Like, I don't know the bloke. I don't know who he is really. I know he's got a family and he's trying to get money for his family, which, seems to be why he's attracted to Shaun Attwood. I tend to wonder, has he got something on Shaun Attwood? This is just questions. I'm not, I'll tell you if I'm making assumptions, but this is just a question. Has Darren G, and I'm pretty sure Andrew Gine has something on Shaun Attwood. At least those two, if not more people do. But it seems that Shaun Attwood will bend over backwards for Darren G, no matter what Darren G says about him. But yet, if James English says something about him, he's on him. Defamation and warnings and threats and... like, it's insane. So, yeah, I've got a whole lot written out, guys, so just bear with me. Kristen W. became unglued and accused Charlie that he was trafficking part of the that community. Yeah, well, I mean, she's not that... I don't know. Wasn't she in the Playboy thing? I think she was saying something about that. She had a Playboy necklace on. I don't trust any of them, I'm telling you. I really don't trust them. So yeah, she's been in my mind, she is questionable too. But then, like, she's got after Santa surfing. Another one I'm not quite sure of, you know, but a lovely person. But she's gone after them too. So, it's just so strange sitting here watching all this happen and going, oh my God. You know, God help us all. This is insane. Doing good as can be, just getting ready for the walk in Adelaide. Good on you, Penny. We should apply for that Christmas dinner, yeah, and all go there with video cameras. And Hev, do you think Aaron and Darren G keep getting back together for the views or for the relations? I have a feeling Darren G's got something on Shaun, because Shaun's so nice to him no matter what he says about him. Shaun is just, oh, we're there to help him, and, you know, I don't hold any ill feelings towards him, and, you know, but anyone else who says similar things that Darren G has said, he's gone after. Angelina said, poor you have, don't wish watching Shaun Attwood on anyone. I know, it's insane. But mostly what I've done is watched other people's videos as well. But I have watched, like, Shaun Attwood talking in those videos. He did an interview the other day with, the other week, sorry. It's someone called Your Favourite Demon. Now, the bloke wears a mask, and Shaun Attwood had a mask on too, and it was just... like, I understand wanting to keep your yourself private, away from the camera, but the mask was creepy. It kind of made me go, oh, mate, you know, shoot. But yeah, I watched him talk about Shaun Attwood first, then Shaun went on his show and did an interview with him and skirted around the questions like your favourite politician does. The guy should have been a politician, Shaun Attwood. He's that slimy a character. Seriously. Okay, oops, I'm going to have to move the mic. Sorry, guys, since the camera went berserk, that didn't work that day, I've sort of moved everything. I've got leads going everywhere at the moment till I sort it out. You watched him earlier. Yeah, Miss Lemons, I don't know, there's something wrong there, and I'll show you in a minute, because I went and started searching things. Okay, Attwood gives podcasters a choice, collaborate or get struck down. Well, it seems that way. And for someone who calls himself an activist, to strike people down, that goes against everything that we are fighting. Something dinged. I don't know if you guys heard that, but I just heard something ding and I've got nothing on me. Okay. The common denominator in all these truthers squabble is major ego. Yeah. I do believe that. It's some sort of... I don't know. Yeah, it must be ego. Look, people, you don't want to admit when you're wrong, okay? Like, it's a natural thing to go, oh, shit, I was wrong, you know? But you're better off doing that than trying to cover it up further and further and further. That'll just get you Look, it makes people want to look, okay? The more they deflect questions and all this sort of stuff, the more weird stuff that goes on with it, you want to ask more questions. Miss Lemon's disappointing, that live earlier, wasn't it? That's me, unsubscribed. Okay. I don't know which one has he done another one? Can't believe he admitted that he does it just because he can. Well, during that interview, Shaun Attwood admitted he has a team of people who watch people's videos and strike them down. What have we been saying for ages? That's exactly what he does. And he kept on saying, I don't have a team, I don't have this. Well, now on this guy's channel, he's admitted it. All the pubs, clubs, so nasty, all scanning, my friend cannot get in. Oh, no. Yeah, it's going on everywhere. It's absolutely insane. I found it out of luck, was going to dislike Shaun's vids. How much longer is this madness going to be allowed to continue? I don't know, honestly. But I don't think it's working. Miss Lemons, you reckon sex parties? Yeah, I reckon it's something to do with that. Something to do with some sort of relation between people. And it has, you know, like if you think of the Kelly Diamond leaked footage, that looked like a private, well, not really a private moment. It looked like a moment they were recording for later, but then it leaked out. And she had a website, an adult website, with some pretty, like, okay, the Kelly prank thing, that was like soft porn. But the website, that's full-on pornographic. And it, like, I saw things I did not want to see. And I'll never get it out of my head. Oh, dear. Hey, Robin, how you going? Only thing Anne has on Shaun is a crush. I don't know. I reckon something... I don't know. But she's sticking up for him, so maybe Shaun has something on her too. Him, her, him, too. I reckon there's a bit of blackmail going on here. On all sides, not just one. Like on a few sides. New bill passed this week to remove British citizenship without notice. To who? Hey, Robin. Hey, Jeff, the community we know well. Miss Lemons, he was responding to me in the comments, so I asked him if this hermaphrodite mum produced him on her own or whether Derek was the star. Hey, I've got info on Derek too. He soon jogged on. And Todd's saying hello, all the spanner people. All the mods. Dennis Biz says, so much for drug and alcohol rehab. You have to take dangerous drug to get and scan to get treated. It is. Well, I think people are going to be stopped from going to hospital if they haven't. I'm hearing rumours that unless it's an emergency, it may be stopped. Hey, Mac, yep, from Montana. Austria will soon be locking them. Oh, yeah. See, it's going nuts. Everything's going nuts now. Yep, Kirsten, is it Kirsten or Kristen W was wearing the Playboy bunny necklace. Thought I was seeing things. What a choice in jewellery. Well, apparently she's been to the Playboy mansion. I heard, I don't know if it's true, but she was part of it. I don't know. I think a lot of people who are part of it are probably going to try and come out saying, oh, I'm fighting it, just to try and cover themselves up. I don't know if you know what the Streisand effect is. Just let me see what I can do here. Hang on a sec, because I'm going to see if I can share the screen with you. Just to show you what the Streisand effect is. Hang on a sec. I'll be with you in a sec. Okay, I'm hoping you can still hear me. The Streisand effect is a phenomenon that occurs when an attempt to hide, remove or censor information has the unintended consequence of increasing awareness of that information, often via the internet. It is named after American singer Barbra Streisand, of course, whose attempt to suppress the California Coastal Records Project photograph of her residence in Malibu, California, taken to document California coastal erosion, inadvertently drew greater attention to it in 2003. Attempts to suppress information are often made through cease and desist letters, but instead of being suppressed, the information receives extensive publicity, as well as media extensions such as video and spoof songs, which can be mirrored on the internet or distributed on the file sharing networks. It's an effect. The effect is an example of psychological reactance, wherein once people are aware that some information is being kept from them, they are significantly more motivated to access and spread that information. And in some cases, they take out legal injunction prohibiting something from being published, and that will lead to increased publicity. So, I'm hoping you heard all that. I want to know if that worked. So yeah, I believe Shaun Attwood has the Streisand effect because he is trying to cover this up very badly by hitting everybody. Okay, I'll just go back and read some of the comments. Okay, here I am. Got a sneaking suspicion all sides are suspect. Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on because it's just like... But it's only certain people. And it's funny because these were people I thought were sus in the beginning. And now I'm watching them, like, flip out a bit. And it's quite strange to watch. No, you don't trust Santa Surfing. She's always been an insider, but they seem like BSs. Yeah, I'm a bit the same. I don't watch Santa Surfing. She's a positive lady and everything great, you know, but... I don't know, something about, I don't know, just what was said, and I just think, yeah, I'm not seeing it, you know, I'm sorry, but maybe it's just me, can't see things, but, you know, I'm not seeing that. I know that the people will end up, the countries will end up having money returned to them, but I don't know about people getting money. Do you know what I mean? If you know what I mean. That type of thing. But I do believe countries will be rich again once these countries get their stuff back from people who've taken it off them. Chris reckons they used Anne as a sperm donor. I don't know. I don't know. But unless I see like paperwork saying that the person is intersexed, or maybe even a scan, you know, I don't believe it. Sorry. The governments are running wild with power. Well, so are these weirdos. They're running wild with power. Because Shaun Attwood's throwing around all these defamation things, getting people taken down. Then he's got the androgyne who's throwing transphobia at everyone's transphobic and this and that. And the LGBTQI, I think she says now, because she put herself in there, intersex. I'm having a laugh, guys. This is hilarious. They're all insane. I've got a list. I just want to. I like the comments. Sorry, guys. I like interacting with you guys. So many of these YouTube truthers are obviously just full of S. Yes, I think they are. Like, I'm trying to look for the truth. It's hard enough without people like that throwing things in that you're going, okay, what now what have I got to look at? Even more than I had before. Miss Lemons reckons he has her eyes. Oh dear, he knows everyone is trolling him. Hey Joy W, where are you? I see someone responding. I may have missed something. I've got the live chat on. Yeah, even if you were born here, you're at risk of national security. It's a joke. Oh my God, Angelina. That's insane. Anne has Marvin's eyes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to say this in a different way. I'm going to say it the way Sharon Gale says it. They're Satniks running our governments. We, only because I'm trying to protect the channel here, Joy. We patriots need our newfound land. Yeah, we do. I think the land and the wealth will be given back to the people. That's what I think. In the end, well, we're going to take it back. That's simple as that. They're not getting away with it. Simple as that. Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, I haven't been able to delete Facebook. I'm just not on there. Like, I haven't been on there for a couple of months. I was going to delete it, and it's too much of a bloody effort. I don't know. I'm going to delete it eventually, but in the meantime, Chris, take over my group for me. Thank you. I do appreciate the help because I'm hopeless. I'm trying to stay off social media. I've got things going on. I've been looking at a house a lot cheaper than here, yet out on land. The neighbour lives, like the neighbour, the owner, lives on the land as well, which I'm fine with. I don't care. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Pretty much I don't care whether I stay here or move. Like, I want to move onto land eventually. At the moment, I don't care whether I stay here or go. There's a lot of reasons why I should probably stay, but then there's me just wanting to be on the land. So, hey, Nicey Glover, how you going? It's from South Carolina. Much love to you all. Oh, lovely. Oh, Sharon and Demon went live tonight. Oh my God, really? Oh, that's going to be funny. He said that about his team tonight. I'm going to have to go and watch. Is it still up? Did someone grab it? Hopefully someone grabbed it, because they've got habits of taking all these videos down. And I reckon when things happen, you got to grab them. Because, yeah, and in case Shaun Attwood takes it down, gets it taken down too, you know. But this is why I came in here today, all guns blazing, because I've got a lot to go through. Because everyone's starting to, it's happening. Like, everyone's starting to go, and I've said things about him before, but I'm going to go pretty hard today. Oh, Shaun and Demon went live tonight. I thought you said Sharon. Sorry. That would be funny. If Sharon and Demon went live. Oh, my God. I wonder if cameraman ever got his phone back. Yeah, exactly. If anyone doesn't know, what happened was Weezy was talking to the cameraman. He got an interview with Shaun Attwood's cameraman. And the cameraman was deflecting and saying, I don't know, I'm just a cameraman, you know, I'm just a cameraman. And in the end, somebody grabbed the phone off the cameraman and yelled at Weezy, saying, who are you, brother? Who are you? And it was like, what the f is this? And Weezy was laughing. We were all laughing. It's like an inside joke now. That we wonder if the cameraman ever got his phone returned to him after it being snatched off him, you know. Cookie, how you going? Thumbs it up, folks. You gave up watching Attwood a long time ago. Bad vibe on that one. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, okay. I started following Shaun Attwood when the Maxwell Bannister filmed, you know, when he went to the door of that townhouse, and it was going all over the place, and I subscribed to him back then. Only used to watch the Maxwell Epstein stuff. Wasn't interested in crime and people coming out of prison. Good luck to them, you know, all that, but, you know, not interested. So I was doing that, and then I remember something happened, and I unsubscribed from him for a while. Probably because of all the crime. I just thought, nah, he's just rattling on with all that now. I'm not interested. So I unsubbed. And then he started picking up on the Maxwell, I think, again. After the Epps, you know, the Maxwell came along. And so I resubscribed to him again. Because he was putting out a little bit more interesting stuff. Then I realised it was mainstream news. And I went, I can read that. But then, yeah, I unsubbed from him again. And then I started watching as the Kelly Diamond thing came up. Because he put it up as I was drugged and trafficked or something. And he's pulled all of those videos down because there's too many inconsistencies when you watch them from one to another. From the first, we had 4 parts of that series of Kelly Diamond being trafficked and abused and made it into a big deal, started a GoFundMe to help her out, get her a home, get her away from the trafficking people. And then we found out she has an adult working website and she works for $1,200 a night. And he's running a GoFundMe to help her get a house. I question everything. I question the whole backstory. But okay, if that backstory was true, then the prank video that Shaun Attwood did was taking advantage of a vulnerable woman. A vulnerable and abused woman. If her backstory is true. Okay, see, it's just insane. Let's go. He's got connections to BBC. National Geographic published a documentary with him in it. And he was going after a Netflix deal. Now, anyone who knows anything now should know mainstream media. You got links to them? Then you're not. No. Especially when you're doing what Shaun Attwood does. His brother-in-law was apparently a royal photographer. Sister is either a journalist or an author. Father is an actor. Did you know that? He starred in Coronation Street. Oh, no, didn't star, sorry. Had a bit part. I'll come to that later. Shaun's story doesn't add up from beginning to end himself. Okay? A lot of things he says, you just go, are you kidding me? Are you really trying? Do you really think we're that stupid? So his whole story doesn't add up. He was a stockbroker who was apparently done for fraud, then became a drug dealer, dealing in ecstasy and meth, apparently. Now, he says he had 10,000 people at a rave at $30 per tab, whatever you want to call them. That's $300,000. That's just for the drugs, let alone the entry fee and anything else they made, selling water and all the stuff he mentions that he did. That's a lot of money. But it's still, I'm pretty sure you'd make more as a stockbroker, but too bad because he got done for fraud, apparently. Okay. Says he can do a $100 rock in one go of meth. Methamphetamine, is that the one where you get all those sores all over you and you pick at them and I don't know, I'm just asking because I think that's what that one is. And people go off on that stuff. He also said during one of his interviews that he's changed everybody's name in his stories to protect them. That was in the Marv Herbert show. I don't know if anyone picked that one up. He seems to change his own story the more he tells it. Like when he's speaking to different people, every time he tells it, something changes. And if you're good, you can pick that up. He deflects. Okay, if anyone asked him a story of something he did, he deflects straight away onto Wild Man. Oh, Wild Man did this and that and this and that and this and that. You weren't asked that. You were asked if you did. Answer the question. He can't answer a question, I'm telling you. He deflects onto Wild Man. He also uses him to deflect from answering questions, which I just said, yep. Shaun likes to live on the dark side. I don't know if anyone's looked at his channel. When you first search his name and you look at his channel, what comes up at him dressed in some kind of drag? He's done that before. He also did that in the prank video. Not I've got a problem with anyone dressing in drag. It's up to them. It's just that he claims to be an activist for a certain side, Yeah, and then most people who are activists don't exhibit the behaviour that Shaun Attwood does. Okay? It's like there's something wrong. I don't know if it's drugs or what it is, but there's something wrong, and I don't think it's jail. He's not traumatised from jail. I don't think that's it, because I don't even buy that story. And if anyone says it, you know, how come it's on the newspaper? Do you know about mainstream media at all? Do you know they make stuff up? Of course they would set you up with a background. Of course they would. They'll help you. You used to work for them. Well, you know, you've got links to them anyway. In his own description of his wedding night, if you go and search Shaun Attwood and his wedding night, he's a deviant. It's just... And then on True Geordie's show, at 1 hour 47 minutes or so in there, he has an obsession with his own rear end. He has to talk about his backside getting done by somebody. And look, as I said, what you do is your business in your home. Don't tell the whole world. The whole world doesn't need to know that. Oh my God. Then he said, okay, he says he goes to school and teaches kids about drugs. Do you want him anywhere near kids? Your kids? I wouldn't want him anywhere near my kids. And then he says he never got expelled from the schools talking to kids. It was the COVID thing that happened, right? Well, he brought out a video saying he was speaking at schools, but it didn't, all you could see was him at the front of a hall. That could be anywhere. There was no noise in the background, no kids. You can normally hear them rustling and things like that. Nothing. Didn't see any of the kids. Not that you want to see them, but, you know, a leg here, you know, an arm or something. Sorry, guys, I just banged the whole table. An arm, a leg, something, you know, to say there's people, there's an audience. It didn't even show any audience at all. So, who knows? Because he bluffs a lot. I know that. Okay. The drugs Shaun sold, or said he sold, okay? Crystal meth, Xanax, ketamine. Anyone heard of Desmond is Amazing? Ketamine on the couch? And does the action, the little kid? Yeah, you know what that's used for? Jesus. GHB, ecstasy. He states that he was caught after he quit dealing. He put it as traffic. He said himself he was trafficking. A strange term to use for dealing drugs. Most people just say dealing. We're dealing. You don't normally say you were trafficking. That's a very weird term to use. He claims it's common in America to use to ask for criminals' statements or testimonies for proof before they beat someone up. Really? I thought prisons were a bit rougher than that. If it's a rough prison, it's going to be rougher than that. And they're not going to ask for evidence before they beat you up. They might ask for the evidence of what you came in for. But they do not ask, if you accuse someone of doing something, they're not going to ask you for evidence. They're probably not going to go at that person unless they see something themselves about that person that might suggest the same thing. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, these are all just weird things that I come across while watching. Okay, he said he was a first-time non-violent drug offender but was facing 200 years? That one's a bit strange too. He also mentions that the British Embassy helped him out to get off, like to get, you know, things down and out, get him out and try and help him out, you know. He claims that he had an average childhood, then says that his parents are or were rich, and he also went to university. As an average person, maybe below average person, you know, living standards, I don't know. I couldn't afford university. My mum and dad couldn't afford to send us to university. I don't know, my parents, I considered them middle class. yet they couldn't afford to send us to university. Okay, his dad's an actor. It's Impact Casting. I looked this up the other day. He was on Coronation Street, a little walk-in part. Emmerdale? Barking Murders? And used to have a company called Derek Attwood Open Corporate Ltd or Derek Attwood Ltd. Hang on a sec. I think I've got this up here somewhere. I'm just showing you things that I just found. Hang on a sec. Screen. Derek Attwood Limited. Okay, this is just a general search. Anyone can find it on the internet. It was a private company. Incorporation date was 2003. The dissolution date was 2016. Nature of business. Other activities auxiliary to insurance and pension funding. Final Gazette dissolved via voluntary strike-off. Okay. Total number of secretaries was 1. And that's all I've got on that. But, do you see Derek Attwood? Impact Casting. Skills are ballroom dancing, hiking, Latin American dancing, rock and roll dancing, and yoga. Well, at least he keeps himself fit. Credits are Barking Murders, Coronation Street, and Emmerdale. So, I just got to get this back over here. Okay, so I'm just showing you, you know, things I found with a simple search. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, when asked if he can repeat the sniffing flower thing that he did on the prank video, because he apparently snorted flour, okay? We don't know if it was self-raising or plain flour or corn flour. That doesn't matter. I don't know if any of them make a difference. Okay, well, what he said was, when he was asked if he could repeat the sniffing flower thing, I think this was on Marvin Herbert's podcast, to prove that he did it during the prank, he said that he is in a legal situation that he cannot repeat the behaviour. I found that interesting. Okay, in Andrew Grine's interview, he said Kelly was Asperger's, not autistic. And about 10 or 15 minutes later, he said that thing again. Yes, I took advantage of a vulnerable autistic person. Okay, Shaun, is she Asperger's or autistic? I know they're on the same thing, but like, you know, if he is actually emphasizing that she is Asperger's, not autistic, then why did he say autistic after that again? He blames everyone but himself, won't take responsibility for what he's done. He's blaming James English for it all now. Oh, apparently James English is employing everybody to go at Shaun Attwood. I didn't even know who James English was. I don't watch James English. I don't, like, the only thing I have watched of James English is when he bit back to Shaun because Shaun was going at him and going at him and going at him. What else have I got? Oh, yeah, it was all blaming James English for it all. Sorry, John English. Even though it was Anne he was originally going at, because she was the troll. It was a troll. So, sorry, but saying someone, like calling someone an it, just sounds really horrible to me. I don't know why these LGBTQ people want to be known as an it. Because if someone called me an it, I'd be insulted. But I don't know what to call this person. A he, she, I don't know. Shim. A she and a him? A shim. Okay. I have nothing against trans people. Believe me, I watch Blair White. He's said that people have walked up to him in the streets and told him that they stopped him from committing personal harm to themselves. They have ran at him, up to him in the street, saying, "You've stopped me from doing this or that, you know, of offing myself." And, oh, really? I'm sorry, but Jesus, it's hilarious. He can't answer a question with a straight answer, yes or no. He goes off on, when he gets asked a question, he'll go off on something else and won't answer the question. He's just explaining something completely different most of the time. And that's to distract from the questions being asked. People have sort of forgotten the question after he rambles on for a while, you know what I mean? He says that people are jealous or obsessed with him. Okay, can I just put something straight here? No one is jealous or obsessed with Shaun Attwood, okay? We're laughing at him. And the only reason we won't let it go is because he hasn't answered any of the questions. He thinks he has. He keeps saying he's answered questions, but he's like a politician. He goes off on some tangent and doesn't answer the question. It's a way to confuse people, just by rattling off on something, you know, or then talking about wild man doing that thing or whatever, and, you know, it's just a deflection. And seriously, watching this, it teaches me about the mainstream media as well, and all these other people. So, because I'm watching, like, this is a small version of what's about to happen with the whole world. Watching them come undone by their own doing. Because this all happened because of Shaun Attwood. No one else did this. Shaun did. By releasing the prank video. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, I can keep going, mate. He also said that people weave stuff together to make him look bad. Okay, Shaun, if that's the case, how about putting all the videos back up and letting people decide for themselves? Hey? How about stop taking other people's videos down? How about uploading the Kelly Diamond interviews, the 4-part series you had, and the prank, and the Sonia Poulton apology, and the Kelly suicide video? Put them all back up. Let people see. If there's nothing wrong, then you're clear. Don't worry about it, you know? Fine. But I'd like to see that. Because then you'll see that people don't weave stuff together. It's stuff he's actually done and said. He says on Anne's video that when he gets into that childish, warlike mind, you know, he's only going to hurt himself. Like, so he's saying in Anne's video, Andrew Guine's video, he's saying, oh, you know, we're going to leave it here now. We're not going to talk about this anymore. And then he does. And he says it's only hurting himself in that video, and he's right. The more he talks about it, the more he goes after people, the worse he looks. Not everybody else. And he did it to himself. It's also a bit of a stretch saying that James English is employing Chancer and all these other people. Like, come on. And anyone who talks against him. That's what he's saying. James English is employing these people. Really? Jeez, mate. I know that I think from James English the other day, he said that he was going to have Chancer on now because if Shaun didn't stop with the ridiculous rubbish he's going on with, that James English is going to expose him back. And James has got a larger channel, which is good, you know, so he can. Oh, Shaun did have charges against kids, right? 2 charges against children. He uses Wild Woman as an excuse to come on and say that it was her son buying pot on her phone or something. What? What's that got to do with Shaun? And anyone could say anything. I could pay someone to come here and say they're Wild Woman and they did this and that and, you know, take all the blame off whoever. Not that I've done anything wrong, because I can't blame any, you know, I can't give anyone blame for something I've done. I take responsibility for myself and what I've done, believe me. He says that he set up a website for her, for Kelly Diamond. Which one? The adult one? Because that's the only website that I can tell that he may have set up for her. That's very weird. It was just something I caught him saying in amongst all these interviews. And I also believe the landlord provided a letter written for, provided Wheezy, like, evidence of a written letter saying that she was employed, and I'm pretty sure it ties back to Shaun, a company Shaun Attwood owned. So, Shaun, we don't need video of you handing the landlady the paperwork. It's all on there. Your business. The business you used to have. Doesn't he own Gadfly or Gladfly Productions or something? And then there's another one called Low Productions. Like, what the is going on here? Yeah, I'm still sus on the charges against... I don't believe him. It could be, I just don't believe him. And I'm allowed to not believe him. Yeah, that company that apparently was on that letter was shut down years before as well. So, oh, yeah. Muhammad Butt, owner of BNT, called into Anne's show while Shaun was on there and called Shaun out for lying. Because Shaun said the apology video he did with Sonia Poulton, that he was made to do that by BNT. Just agree, just take the blame, don't say anything and you'll get your job back. Well, Muhammad Butt rang in and said, mate, when you started talking on that apology video, we didn't realise how deep this went. And then we did, when we saw it. So, regardless, Muhammad Butt has rang up in the middle of an interview with Shaun Attwood and Andrew Guine and called Shaun Attwood out. And I do believe he may have said if he keeps going, Muhammad might take it further. Not 100% sure on that one, but it's... I think I heard that. Now, Shaun is also asking for sponsors and wanting to fight with people who are minding their own business. He wants to have a karate fight with James English. I couldn't think of anything more immature, to be honest, than Shaun doing this. Like... And he can blame it on drugs and prison all he wants, immaturity, but I know people have been to prison and they're not like that. And they're on drugs, and they're still not like that. They're actually very quiet people. They don't want to stick their head out and get in trouble, you know what I mean? Most of them, anyway. Ones that I know, sorry. Could be just my experience, but most people who've been in jail don't want to go and stick their heads out to go again. Okay, I think it's all for clicks and views. When he mentions James English and Marvin Herbert, I nearly say James Herbert. I'm sure I used to read books of an author named James Herbert. Anyway, Marvin Herbert and James English. When he mentions them, I think it's all for clicks and fighting and the beefs, like a YouTube war or something he's got going on. It's absolutely insane. And it doesn't make it, it's like the mainstream media. It doesn't make sense. He doesn't make sense. He said Callie's 12-year-old son saw the prank video of drug use and sex. A 12-year-old? You're showing a 12-year-old? Mate, you need your head read. Seriously. Oh my God. I watched that and was disturbed, and I'm 51. Don't show a 12-year-old, let alone her son, what yous were doing. My goodness. And the son apparently told him not to do it. And he said, oh, that's how mature I am. Yeah, I'd say. Shaun said Kelly was catching pedos with the daddy video, by the way. He also, during the prank video, he held up the outfit and said daddy's little girl outfit, right? And then he threw it on the lounge. then next thing he said it was a maid outfit or something. Now he's gone back to Daddy's little girl outfit because she was catching pedos with it. Apparently, a 30-year-old woman dressed as a little girl was catching pedos. Well, I think she caught one. The one who was fantasizing about having someone dressed up as a little girl and call him Daddy. Oh my goodness, you don't know how bad that looks, mate. That looks... No. Apparently Kelly was so poor they had a GoFundMe. Yeah, she was... But she owns a horse. And can afford to get adjustment for the horse. So pay for somewhere to home it and feed it. But they were after a GoFundMe because she needed to get away from traffickers, but she owned a horse. This is really weird. Nothing's adding up. Nothing is adding up. Oh, the suicide video that Shaun did for Kelly. Shaun said when Kelly tried to kill herself, the police said she was not allowed back there. She's been there since then. Was the prank video done before the suicide or after? I'm just wondering, because you said the police weren't allowed... She wasn't allowed back there according to the police. And yet she was. Very strange. He also said that the council had rang him to house Kelly. Right, now Anne was agreeing with this, saying, oh yeah, they do that, they do that. What, do the council just pick up the phone and ring a stranger? And ask them if they're going to take in a homeless woman? I'm pretty sure you'd have to put your name down for something like that. It doesn't make any sense. Then he said the bikies rang him and told him to take her. Who knows which one's true? These are all things he said. I'm not making stuff up. I'm going off what he said. He calls him... Well, he reckons he's a wolf of Wall Street. A wolf? More like the rat. I never heard of him before YouTube. I didn't know him as a wolf of Wall Street. Never heard of him. Also, yeah, after him and Kelly did the prank video, he says that her mum was proud of her because that means she's gotten over her trauma. Okay, let me speak about that one. You would not repeat the same behaviour to get over your trauma. Let me tell you that right now, okay? No way. No bloody way. And a mum that says, that was proud of her daughter for doing the prank video and saying that means she's over it, mate, that mum has got something going on in that head. No wonder the poor girl's like that. My goodness. I don't know what's going on here, guys, but like this stuff is absolutely insane. So I know you may have heard a lot of this before. Some people may not have heard any of it. But I'm going to go through the Attwoods, the comments. Oh no. I read Attwood. I read Dennis Biz comment while I was saying I was going to read the comments, and it came out with Attwood. Oh dear. Okay, Chris said, I think you're right about the blackmail. Have it explain why they all seem so unhappy. Yeah, they're not happy. I think they're panicking. Now, I really think that what we're seeing is slowly starting to panic because they know. Canadian girl said, the madness is just ramping up here in Northern Ontario. Again, our public health is now putting restrictions back on you. They started announcing, oh no. I knew this was going to happen. I did warn the UK. I said, it's coming round again. I may have said the US. Don't know. I don't know whether that'll happen or not. But Canada, for sure. Unfortunately. You're in Oregon and hope Portland stays quiet tonight after that. Yes, Todd. They do have a lot of people on the streets. The National Guard and that. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't believe they helped last time because the mayor or something was going against the National Guard, right, that didn't want them in there. I think this time, I'm hoping they are, and they got no choice. And our public health says, nope, closed. Such BS. Jeez. Canadian girl says Kirsten W. had a Playboy bunny t-shirt on Monday too. Yeah, I'm just sus of anyone who's anywhere near any of that stuff. I've never been involved in anything. Not the Playboy, not any magazine, not any news, not any... nothing. I'm just sitting here at home watching this going, oh my God. Okay. Where was I up to? There. You got a sneaking suspicion. Oh, yep, I read that one. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to where I was. Because it just all jumped on me, all the chat again. Oh my goodness. What did I do here? Hey, g'day, Shannon from Riverland, South Australia. And Kai, I am. Okay. So you did hear. Good. I'm glad you heard me when I put the screenshot on. I'm just checking to make sure everything's working all right. Oh, Ichabod, we lost Mama today. Oh my goodness. Oh, my heart goes out to you. Thank you, ma'am, for the info. God bless you, darling. How's Mama's bruises? Pray to all. Be safe, folks. Oh, my heart goes out to everyone who's got elderly parents that aren't doing well. Honestly, pray for everyone. The young, the old. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. Oh, I am so sorry. My condolences. Kai I am says he reminds me of Dr. Evil from Austin Powers, except not funny. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Shaun Attwood is just... he's weird. There's just... it's not right. It's not right. Trying to get this to the city, which I never do anymore, is like playing Frogger. Hope you make it across our highways. Oh, no joy. A third channel this year, burning them down. Oh, wow. Chris says Hev doesn't realise how funny she is. Oh, I do. Even when I'm pulling the straight faces, I'm like going for a reason, you know. Yeah, Ichabod, so sorry for the loss of your mum. Jeez. I try to be like, have a bit of sense of humour with things, unless it's like real serious. I try to have a sense of humour about things when I'm talking about them. It does help to lighten what you're looking at. It's an honest humour from observation. I used to watch Shaun for the Eps and Max, but can't stomach him now. He's like Nosferatu. I can't say that. Creepy old boiled egg. He's just a very strange man, and now things are getting stranger with, he seems to be outing himself. You know how, look, if someone's got a hold of these people and said, look, you're going to have to out yourself or you're going to, you know, get the chopping block, then to think about it, even the small scale ones are doing it. They're outing themselves. 230 highway shootings this year alone. Oh my goodness. Joy. Wow. LGBTQ, let's get Brandon to quit. That's a good one, Shelby. BC, Lower Mainland and Washington State got hit hard. Railroads and main highway are down. City of Merritt is closed. Oh, is this where it all starts? Yep, hit the like button, guys, if you can. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Okay. He addressed Daddygate. He says he did, but he hasn't. He hasn't answered any questions at all. You no longer watch Kirsten W., Santa, Charlie, Simon, etc. Also deleted your Facebook. Yeah. That's what, like, I'm serious. Yeah, I'm very careful just who you watch, because the more I see of this, the more I think, how in the hell did I even watch him in the first place? How did I not see that he was reading mainstream news? How did I not know that he was a creep? It's weird. On the land with a veggie patch and chooks, very nice place to be. I'd love to. Oh, Kevin, I'd love to go on the land. I think if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if it's not, it's not, and I'm not meant to move yet because something better will come along. That's how I think. Okay, if it's too hard for you to move or do anything right now, hang in there, because something better will come along. I do believe that. You'll try to check them all out, compare the stories. I would honestly, if you go to True Geordie and listen to his stories there, you go to Marvin Herbert, listen to what he says there, his own stories and what he says about them, and then Andrew Guy, and it's just all like, you just pick things up where you go, hang on a minute, that's not what you said before, mate. So if you're going to lie, you've got to have a really good memory. Like, that's what I can't lie. I've got a hopeless memory. I would never remember the lie I told, and God help me, is all I can say, because you'd know. That's why the acting comes in here, I think. Like, is there a connection? Like, are they actors? Because that's what it seems to me like. It's just like really bad acting, but actors, you know? You'll try to check them all out except Shaun. He's never covered anything, honestly. Exactly. Nicey Glover says, I'm very careful who I follow. You are my family. We discuss things and search for truth together. Yeah, exactly. I want to know the truth, mate. I don't... Look, even if it's against everything I believe, I just want to know the truth. I don't care what it turns out to be. If it turns out to be I was wrong, that's fine. I just want the truth. You don't like his smile. Yeah, he has the creepiest smile. It looks nearly like the Joker when he does it. Like his grin seems to go nearly from ear to ear. It's just... Like you could... While he's smiling, you could put the Joker makeup on and it'd suit him, I think. Ratwood's definitely got a bad vibe. Hope things are improving with your parents' situation. Yes, they're just... Mum's very bruised, okay? She's got no broken bones. They did a CT scan on her head. There's nothing wrong. Could just be a blood pressure problem. But I did say to Mum and Dad, look, you know, if there's any problem, just let us know, because we'll come and look after you. We'll take you and look after you. You're pretty sure were and the rest are dirty to some degree. Yeah, I think, look, it makes me wonder too, anyone who's been on Attwood's channel, I'm sorry, but anyone who's been on there, I'm not saying they've spoken rubbish. I feel sorry for the genuine ones who've been on Attwood's channel. I really do. And anyone else, I think, is an actor. Gee, Aloft, how you going? Glad to hear Mum and Dad are all right. Had to sit down weeks ago with my mum and told her she's never going to a home. I will take care of you. Exactly. Miss Lemon says, same as me, didn't trust him after this. The man cannot have a conversation without mentioning his butt. He's gross. He can't. He talks about it a lot. And he reckons that we're obsessed with it. No, we're pointing out that he's obsessed with it. Because he talks about it. Go to the True Geordie one at 1 hour 47 minutes and you'll be disgusted. You'll be absolutely disgusted at what comes out of his mouth. It's just... Oh, bleh. He can't stick to one story. That's exactly right.